The Lunchlys rollout is getting worse and worse, with hundreds of people reporting that there's more mold in this box than Hillary Clinton's, which, nutritionally speaking, could be an improvement on whatever this is. Logan Paul, MrBeast, and KSI, the three horsemen of brain rot, or in this case, food rot, are quickly finding out why it's a bad idea to trash Lunchables for not using real cheese. Because, as it turns out, if you put real cheese next to a Feastables bar and a bottle of Prime, it'll try to protect children from eating it by turning the whole thing from a processed dish to a petri dish. Thank you for your sacrifice, brave cheese. Massive cooking YouTuber Rosanna Pansino made a video to taste test Lunchlys, but she ended up getting her fingers into more moldy boxes than a pervert at the morgue. In response to this video evidence of mold in his food, MrBeast's team said that we should consider the source of that evidence. Consider the source? Mate, you should reconsider your source. You might like your cheese moldy, bruh, but if it keeps growing at this rate, Lunchlys will soon be flying off the shelves. Not because people are buying it, but because the bacteria has made it come to life. Although, when it comes to American schools, a moldy Lunchlys isn't the worst thing that a weird kid with no friends could pull out of his school bag. I'm Lewis Spears, welcome back to Lou Review. Like, subscribe, and let's break it down.
This is 100% mold.
All right, we're back to the Lunchlys situation, aren't we? Man, this product launch could not be going any worse, could it? I mean, they already got trashed for introducing this incredibly unhealthy idea, and that was before everyone started posting videos and photos of their food coming out of the box moldy all over social media.
Why is there mold in the Lunchlys?
We'll get into some of the videos later, but I want to start with the articles that are just starting to come out right now as of filming this video. It's everywhere. They're on the Rolling Stone. They're on every single magazine and newspaper that you can think of. It's going ballistically viral. Even the Daily Mail did a TikTok about it that somehow got 4.3 million views.
MrBeast and KSI's Lunchlys are under fire after the YouTuber-launched meal packs have apparently been found with moldy cheese inside. YouTuber Rosanna Pansino opened a pack on camera, only to find the cheese inside had gone moldy.
Quick little interruption to say thank you so much to all of the new fans that are coming in, subscribing, liking, leaving comments. I've just gotten so many amazing new fans from doing these videos. I mean, even some of the writers for SNL have become big fans of this show. Good news! Live streamer Jack Doherty crashed his supercar while speeding down a highway in the rain and reading his chat on his phone. The bad news is he did survive. Look, I'm not 100% confident that it's joke theft. It could just be parallel thinking, which does happen a lot, and a few other people have made similar jokes around the same time, but, you know, the wording to mine is very similar. Damn, I've just realized that if me and SNL are doing the exact same jokes, that either means lightning struck and SNL was accidentally funny, or I'm not funny. What a blow to the self-esteem. Please like this video and leave a comment that will cheer me up.
Oh, look at the bottom right here.
No way! That's 100% mold.
Even the 10-year-olds that are the target demographic of Lunchlys have got to be getting affected by the amount of negative publicity that this meal kit is getting. I don't know if this product is going to last to next year. I don't see it working in the long term. The amount of bad press that it's gotten and its launch with moldy food, I just don't see this one working. Although, as an Australian, I probably would have said the same thing about Lunchables, you know? The idea of your parents sending you to school with like a vacuum-sealed meal kit in a box full of processed garbage that is barely legally able to be described as real food is absolutely insane. I'm seeing a lot of European people being like, dude, what is Lunchlys? What is Lunchable? What are you guys eating over there? And I agree. What's going on in your country? Only in America can you dunk on $1 billion corporation for not feeding children real cheese and then try to feed children moldy cheese, but somehow still be the healthier option. Like, even with the mold, it's probably a lot better for you than Lunchables cheese. Come to think of it, maybe that's the move. Maybe that's how Logan Paul, KSI, and MrBeast get out of this one. You know, they just own it. They go, yeah, look, it's still real cheese. And not only is it real cheese, it's actually vintage aged blue cheese. It's a delicacy in many nations. You're welcome. Free upgrade. All you got to do is not put it in the fridge.
What's your goal? Move! 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 You want to do this?
Let's do it.
Okay, we'll see who moves.
Let's go there.
Okay, let's do it!
I I don't understand the meal kit genre of food at all. Like, this seems so American to me. Americans just seem to be obsessed with putting things into a box. You know, have you noticed this? For example, they'll put school lunches into a box. They'll put subscription services into a box that arrives monthly. They even put their own presidents into a box sometimes. This is just what happens when you launch a soulless project that, like, yeah, might be economically viable and might make sense on a spreadsheet when you're looking at the profit margins, but when you're trying to sell stuff with essentially what is a decade of goodwill, you know, people liking you, people looking up to you, you entertaining them for free, if you're going to pour that energy into a soulless product that erodes that very goodwill, that is the only reason you're able to sell anything, you just end up with people being like, this is gross, and celebrating its downfall. Even the paid advertisements and collaborations with other big influencers they've been doing has just come across so forced. Have a look at this one with KSI and a few other people trying Lunchlys and pretending to tolerate it.
That actually is so good. Fire.
Dude, that's the least excited I've ever seen KSI about anything. Like, that guy gets excited watching paint dry. That's the most excitable man on the internet, but not even he can crack a smile for Lunchlys. He just does not want to be there. And why would he? He's an adult. You know, why are you marketing this food that is for 9-year-olds by showing like 20-plus-year-old men eating it? It makes no sense at all. Pair that with this ad they did with the Hock Tour girl. Like, what are they doing?
I like my cheese drippy, bro. I like my cheese drippy, bro. That's so good. Let's start the podcast.
Genuinely, no hate to Haley Welch. I think she's funny. I think she's quite endearing. I think she's going to be a mega star. All right. You can timestamp me, come back in a year. I'm going to be correct. But whose decision was it to hire her to do an ad for a children's meal? Like, who should we get to promote the meal that is for 8, 9, and 10-year-olds? What about that girl that went viral for spitting on dicks during blowjobs? Like, at some point, we do have to kind of separate the marketing of like sexual acts from children. Like, when are we going to do that? I have no problem with sex work and talking about sex and all that kind of stuff, but like, I should not be doing ads for Lunchlys, you know? Neither should the girl who's famous for spitting on cock. It's not a good partnership. Am I crazy? Am I being a snowflake? I just hope Lunchlys is successful and MrBeast never runs out of money, because if this is anything to go by, if MrBeast runs out of money, he's going to be doing last man to come challenges on Pornhub. Shadman will be the official artist and Chris Tyson will be there commentating. All right, let's get into some of these people who are claiming to find mold in Lunchlys. First up is Rosanna Pansino. She's previously had beef with MrBeast, so let's see how truthful or honest she's being.
This is molded. That's mold. This is not safe. Hey guys, it's Ro. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be comparing Lunchlys and Lunchables.
Look, dude, I gotta say, credit to the Lunchlys team. The packaging is so much better than Lunchables. Like, you really can tell that Lunchables is an incumbent that hasn't really had to innovate because there's been no, valuable competitors paying attention to compete with. Lunchlys coming into the space might make Lunchables even better. We'll see how they respond to it, but the packaging is clearly better on Lunchlys. And that makes a huge difference on the shelves, especially when you're marketing to children. And that's almost a metaphor for Logan Paul KSI and MrBeast's entire business model. Like, it's garbage on the inside and it's rotting at its core, but it's packaged pretty so it appeals to children.
I don't have the turkey stack'ems one because over the last month, 4 weeks, we have been looking for it nonstop. It sounds like the stores that we went to had never got them because no one had ever seen them.
Yeah, I also tried to find Lunchlys in Australia, but I don't even know if they're legal to sell here. Like, either we're too small a market, which is probably the case, but I also would not be surprised if you just couldn't really sell that shit here. And also, if you could, I honestly don't think that anyone would buy it more than once. Like, you'd get the novelty purchase out of it because it's funny YouTuber man product, but I don't think anyone in this country is sending their kid to school regularly with like a lunch meal kit. That doesn't happen here. We give our children food.
Oh man, this packaging. I like that it just says epic ingredients. we'll break it
I
down.
don't know if you're picking up on a big amount of shade from Rosanna Pansino here, but she's very unimpressed with MrBeast's whole thing. Ever since they did a video together, she appeared in one of MrBeast's challenges. She came top 3, and she felt that she was edited really, really maliciously to make it look like she did a lot worse than she actually did, and basically realized that the entire operation was fake when she believed that it was real. And she went public about this, exposed him for it, and I really feel like that was kind of like the first step inching towards the damage to MrBeast's reputation that we're living in right now.
I think how we're doing the first. Is that the non?
These are molded. Okay, so these ones are supposed to be good until December, and we just got them from the store. It says used by December 8th, 2024, and today's date is October 16th. So these are supposed to be good for like another 2 months.
God, this is just such a PR nightmare, dude. Like, it's already received such a horrible reception from just about every normal person. But then to also have mold in it, like even people that are excited about the product are going to be like, ugh, yuck. Like people don't play around with mold. This shit leaves a stain on the image of your brand and your product for a really long time. Like how many times in like just your local area have you heard about food coming out with mold or a dirty plate or there being like a rat in the kitchen, and you hear about it once and then that place closes down in 3 months because the rumor spreads like wildfire in the town, and it may not even be true. Like we are really repelled by gross things in our food to the point where it destroys businesses all the time, as it should, by the way. No one should be rewarded financially for having mold in their products they're serving to children.
I saw a picture circulating about mold, but I didn't know if it was fake or, you know, I just had heard about it, but this is real, you guys.
And there's mold.
Why is there mold in the Lunchlys?
Oh my god! Let me get it back. It's actually disgusting.
Oh, dude, it's really moldy. Like that's super, super molded. And yeah, I have seen all over social media lots and lots of videos, photos of other people posting mold. And when I first saw it, I thought that's a funny idea, like buy one and then leave it out in the sun for a few days, then post it. That's something that could definitely go viral and would be easily faked. But the more that you're seeing it and the more organically that it seems to be arising and people are discussing it, and the different demographics from young people to old people, men, women, parents posting about this, you really start to realize that it's either a problem with the actual food and ingredients, the shipping process, the manufacturing process, or a problem with the packaging. Like there's something wrong with these products. That's why so many people are reporting mold in the same corner of the cheese packet. It's like the corner furthest away from the rest of the food. That's where the mold is showing up. And that's really telling because that's a pattern that kind of proves that there's something going wrong, probably with the packaging. Maybe they haven't glued the plastic over, air's getting in that one spot. I don't know. There's something fishy going on. And yes, I am talking about the smell.
I think it's a packaging issue. The sealant here feels really cheap, like whatever is holding this on the top. It is not vacuum tight. I'm gonna make these pizzas anyways.
Yeah, there you go. It's a packaging issue for sure. I mean, classic corporate billionaires cheaping out on like the most essential part of delivering your product, making it safe for their users. That's so indicative of this entire business decision the three of them have made, which is just whatever's cheapest and whatever's easiest, let's do that and print cash.
Oh, it's so much mold. This is terrible. Oh my gosh.
We put a lot of effort into this.
Yuck. How many views does this have? Oh my God. It's got 1 million views in like 4 days. And I've seen it reposted on TikTok with tens of millions everywhere. This is a PR nightmare. This is so bad. This is the type of shit that like the first shipment of Lunchlys is just going to rot on shelves. Not that it's not rotting already on shelves, but what I'm saying is it's going to deter so many people from buying it that this is the type of stuff that kills a food business for sure. Rosanna then goes on to taste test all the products. Obviously they're garbage, but then she very helpfully provides a bunch of alternative meals that parents can make with fresh ingredients that are really good for their kids and are very affordable. Great alternative options, really helpful. Love that for her. Let's have a look at some of the other people that are posting about the mold issue. Before we do that, let's have a look at the Lunchlys team and MrBeast team's response to these allegations by Rosanna. In an attempt to create easy and healthy lunch options for children, YouTube megastar MrBeast launched Lunchlys, a pre-packaged meal intended to be a better-for-you lunch option than Lunchables. But just 1 month after its release, Lunchlys has already been fielding accusations that its meal kits contain mold well before their expiration date. Talks about the video that we've just watched, Rosanna opening the box and finding a bunch of mold. But then her video prompted several other customers to post photos and videos of their Lunchlys meals, also claiming the product's packaged cheese contained mold. Opening a Lunchlys every day until I find mold, day one. In a statement to The Independent, a spokesperson for Logan Paul said that all Lunchlys products undergo strict review by health officials. That process consists of multiple inspections and approvals, including that of the USDA, before any product can even leave the manufacturing facility, they said. Yeah, so it sounds like it's a packaging issue or an issue with the ingredients themselves. Maybe you should not be using real cheese if you want to sell boxed meal kits to kids that go in school bags and get left on benches. I don't know. I just feel like it's just a gross product that shouldn't be made. It's a really weird thing to exist at all. But again, look how popular these are. Like Lunchables, it says here, which is owned by Kraft Heinz, announced its ready-to-eat packaged meals will soon be incorporated into school lunch programs. The major initiative prompted Lunchables to develop a new version of the snack kit to meet federal guidelines. However, in April 2024, a report from Consumer Reports found that even higher levels of sodium were in the Lunchables that were served in schools than the ones that are found in stores. So it's just crazy that this thing exists. You shouldn't be serving it to kids. It's not a meal. This is not a meal kit. You shouldn't be able to call it that the same way that they aren't allowed to call it cheese. Fuck, man. Now, eventually, a representative from MrBeast has responded to Rosanna's videos, and they've said that you need to consider the source, which is basically saying Rosanna is a biased person. She has personal beef with MrBeast. She's made multiple videos taking him down and complaining about MrBeast, and they've had a back and forth and all of that. And that's a legitimate, critique of what she's saying. Like, maybe she is a very biased source. Maybe she faked it. Maybe she's being malicious. But Rosanna actually released video evidence on her Twitter of her opening the package fresh out of the box. It's obviously not been sitting anywhere in the sun. She got it at the store. And there have also been dozens to hundreds of other people all over social media posting their mold. And it's the same pattern of mold. So I don't think this is fake at all. And I think that Lunchlys is really going to suffer for this. I work for a Kroger-based store in Washington State. We've gotten several calls to our store about the cheese in those trash-ass meals being moldy, as well as several people bringing them back in and getting refunds. I wonder how widespread this issue is and how much money it's costing them. This is an absolute disaster. Now, MrBeast was not the only person skeptical of Rosanna. There were a couple of other streamers who decided to go out after her video and buy as many boxes of Lunchlys as they could and then open them live on stream to see how many they could open before they found mold. And guess what? They found mold.
What? No, chat, there's actually mold. That's 100% mold.
Am I crazy, or does this person kind of look like me in a wig? Hang on, let me run my face through Face app and let's find out. Oh no. This is what they said. The whole reason I did this was because I did not believe the original source, as she was clearly biased against MrBeast, so I wanted answers and bought every Lunchlys I could find. I did not expect mold, but I found mold. That's not good. When even your allies, like people who want to defend you, are like, oh, yep, this is not good. Which is a real Which is a real shame because, if they bought like 50 Lunchlys and didn't find any mold, they could have taken Chris Tyson's old job. All right, well, that's about it. I think we're all caught up with the Lunchlys situation. I'll keep you guys posted with a brand new video the next time something crazy happens with this. Stay tuned for the inevitable bankruptcy and closure of Lunchable. That seems to be where it's going at this rate, but who knows? They are very brilliant, innovative businessmen. Maybe they'll invent a new product that's just a ripoff of a different product. I'm Lewis Spears. Why don't you check out another video? This is what YouTube thinks that you would like. I've picked one for you, though. It's very special, right? I've picked this one personally, so maybe you'd like that. But also, you might like this one as well. Leave a like, subscribe, and comment below. Do you reckon they go to like plastic cheese, like fake processed cheese? They might.